Tonight on Paige's Kitchen, we're making a really fast coleslaw. This is a Mexican coleslaw. I think you're really going to like this. The great thing about this is it's actually better the second day than the first day. Gives all the flavors a chance to meld a little bit. So I'm always looking for recipes that I can make a day ahead of time, especially if you're having a party or maybe a family get-together. Anything that you can do ahead of time saves you that much time and effort on the day of your event. So let's take a look at what we're using. We're using mayonnaise and sour cream. I'm going to use a packet of this taco seasoning mix. I have some lime juice here, some chopped cilantro. In here I have a can of black beans that I drained. Then I have some frozen corn. This is Mexican corn that's been browned a little bit. Then I have a chopped red pepper. And then in there I also have one chopped jalapeno that I took the seeds out ahead of time. So here I have my mayonnaise and my sour cream right here. And of course, I forgot to mention, of course, we have cabbage. That's what coleslaw is. And this is about, I used the pre-made that's already cut up, as always. I'm always in a hurry. So this is about 1.5 packages of that. So if you want to chop up your own cabbage, absolutely go for it. It all depends on how much time you have and what you have on your schedule for that day. I have a stack of tasting spoons here because I want you to make the dressing for this the way that you like it. We'll be adding the taco seasoning, so I have a little bit at a time, and the lime juice. Some people may like it a little more tart, a little more spicy, so that if you taste it as you're going along, that way you have a better idea of how much to use. I'm always surprised again when people cook and they are not tasting as they go. And remember, you can always add more ingredients, but once they're in there, you can't take them back. So that's why I like to add like a little bit at a time. So go ahead and add this in here. Stir this in. If you don't have any fresh limes, you can go ahead and use bottled lime juice. There are a couple of brands that are really good. I think fresh is always best, but sometimes you look in the refrigerator and you've made that grocery list up, and then you take a look and you're like, oh, I forgot to buy the limes, or I forgot to buy something. So it's good to have a backup plan if that happens. That's the absolute worst if you're trying to plan something for an event and you take a look and realize you forgot something. So let's go ahead and see how this is. That's about, I had about 3 or 4 tablespoons of lime juice in there. And let's see how this tastes so far. I like things a little spicy, so I'll probably be adding more to this. Woo! Wow, wow, that lime juice is really in there. So I'll be adding a little bit more. It's got a really great twang to it though. So this will be a nice mixture with the sweet peppers, the corn is sweet, the tanginess of this dressing. Now when you put the dressing on this, I'm going to go ahead and add the other ingredients first, but add a little bit at a time. Don't like it when someone has something that's just like soaked in the dressing. Let's go ahead and add the cilantro in here. Give that a little bit of a toss. It was really interesting the first time I made this that it was better the second day. I knew I had a good recipe because we had friends over and I asked who wanted dessert. I was going to make ice cream and cookies, and one of the guests said, no, I think I'll just have, I'll go for the slaw. And they went back for 3 helpings. And I thought, well, if you're turning down ice cream and cookies for slaw, I think we got a winner. So I'm going to go ahead and add this. This is, you want the ingredients to be just about even in portions. So make your black beans and your corn and the peppers all about the same amount. You don't want one flavor to overpower the next. This is a pretty dish too. I like things that are nice and colorful. Now once you add this dressing on there, it's going to slowly, where it's high now, it's going to slowly sink down just a little bit. This cabbage starts getting soft. Don't forget to sweat your cabbage. Go ahead and put it in a colander. Put a couple of teaspoons of salt over it, about a half hour or so at least, and then mash the water out of it. I think I showed you that on another coleslaw recipe that we did. This is a great recipe as a side dish, and also if you wanted, once this was done, to add some really spicy grilled shrimp on top of this, that would be fantastic. Or if you like fish tacos, this would make a good people like slaw on their fish tacos. This would be a really good one. It has all the extra added ingredients of the black beans and the corn. And look how pretty that is. So I'm going to start pouring the dressing on now. And that lime juice, not only did it make it tart, but it also made it a little bit softer and easier to use as far as incorporating this. So I've put about half in there so far, and I'm just going to keep tossing this. So give me a few minutes while I toss this, and then we'll put it, and we'll be ready to serve. Put in the bowl. All right, I've got this really good and stirred up. I'm going ahead and put this in the serving dish. If there was something that you wanted to add to the top of this, you could maybe add some more cilantro to the top if you really like cilantro. You could also add some crunched up tortilla chips if you wanted to have it for a little bit of crunch. Now remember, if you do that, don't do it to the entire bowl. Just do it to the part that you're serving on, because those will get soggy. So that will not be something that you could keep until the next day. But this is a pretty dish. It's an easy dish. It's something that you can make in just a couple of minutes. And for the most part, I would think you would have a lot of these ingredients already on hand at your house. I never salt anything like this until right before serving it. I've got some little flaky sea salt here that I could add to the top, but don't want to salt all these vegetables too much, and then it gets to be runny. So this is your Mexican coleslaw, very easy, that you can make in just a couple of minutes. It's very versatile. How great would this be to have those grilled shrimp now and skewers just laying across the top? This is super easy. I know you can do this.